This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, July 10th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Well, we've got some new rules coming in Anne Arundel County. I would say there's a new sheriff, but there's an old sheriff. But County Executive Stuart Pittman held a press conference yesterday, and he announced two new initiatives. The first one is designed to continue to keep Anne Arundel County residents safe, and what that involves is a detailed plan to test 2% of the county population, which is about 11,600 people every single week. There is a new public safety order requiring face masks to be worn in outdoor public spaces where 6-foot social distancing is not feasible. It's not too different from what we already have. However, they are going to be increasing complaint-driven enforcement activity to ensure proper safety protocols in bars and restaurants during the evening hours. They did say that the police will be armed with masks and they will be talking to people that are not wearing them. They will be giving them masks. If that doesn't work, they're going to be giving them warnings, and as a last-ditch effort, they will fine people for not wearing masks. That does go into effect tonight at 5 p.m. The other initiative it's a workforce assistance initiative, and it has three different components. One is called the Excluded Worker Humanitarian Fund. What this is a $500 debit card that'll be given up to 4,000 laid-off people who do not have access to state unemployment benefits. The second is a rapid reemployment program, which is going to entail hiring additional staff for the county to provide job readiness and placement services, and also to pay for the cost of occupational training programs in certain industries. The third angle of that is the Youth Employment Program, and they are going to hire 100 young people, ages 16 to 24. Some will participate in an online job readiness program, and others will work with county agencies throughout the community. Everybody in that program will be paid $11 per hour. And speaking of County Executive Stuart Pittman spending some money, earlier in the week, he announced the Community Support Grant Programs. They've awarded $670,000 in funding this year to 26 nonprofit organizations, and the funds were distributed to organizations in the county that further the county's key human service priorities, underserved populations, and promoting equity and inclusion. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but some of the big ones that you see are Hope for All, the Legal Aid Bureau, Arundel House of Hope, the Lighthouse, Annapolis Immigration Justice Network, and the Wiley H. Bates Legacy Center. They all received between $40,000 and $50,000 apiece. Olivia Sanchez from the Capitol had an interesting article about Delegate Shanika Henson's plan to approach the U.S. Congress about getting racism recognized as a public health barrier. In Henson's program, she targets 28 policy changes, and the program is called Racism Acknowledged as a Public Health Trauma Entitlement Response System, which of course has an acronym called RAPTES, R-A-P-T-E-S. And I'm not quite sure what it is, but from what I gather, she is asking for race to be considered the same way as a disability when you're getting all sorts of entitlements there. The Capitol has the full 25-page document there. I do suggest you go over and take a look at that, see what you think. And a little bit of a coronavirus update. Yesterday, Governor Hogan announced that half of Maryland's counties are now at the state's goal of testing 10% of their population. The 12th jurisdiction to accomplish that feat was Montgomery County, which was actually one of the first counties to see the coronavirus and one of the largest counties in the state. Anne Arundel County is still languishing down toward the bottom with 8.3%. The top 12 counties were Somerset County with 20.4%, Kent, Washington, Dorchester, Talbot, Wicomico, Baltimore City, Allegheny, Frederick, Prince George's, Baltimore County, and Montgomery County at 10.1. There are only 6 counties that rank worse than Anne Arundel County in that measurement of the COVID testing success. And finally, I want to turn you on to some really good music. Last night, I had a chance to attend a front yard concert at a friend's house last night. Yes, it was socially distant. We all sat 6 to 8 feet away from each other in lawn chairs on the front, while an artist named A.J. Smith performed. You want to check it out, go to A.J. Smith Music. And you can go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and all those other ones that the young kids use that I don't know. But he is an incredible talent. It was a fun, about an hour and a half long show. And actually, it was a good surprise to run into some old neighbors, Frank and Kathy, from the Black Walnut Cove days. All right, that does wrap it up for the news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. If you're someplace you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And make sure all your friends and family know how to get a hold of a podcast and how to get a hold of this one. I've been hearing lots of buzz about a hurricane or a tropical storm called Faye that might be impacting us, and the guy that's going to be able to tell us all about that is George Young with DMV Weather. He is standing by, but first a real quick message from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, July 10th. Yesterday brought more sunshine with highs in the 80s and 90s throughout Anne Arundel County, but today will be a bit of a different story, with plenty of clouds and a decent amount of rain and breezy winds too, as Tropical Storm Faye moves northeast along the east coast of the United States, with more of an impact on the Maryland eastern shore and along the coast for places like Ocean City and the Delaware beaches. Look for highs today in the 80s with potential for a half inch of rain or more, with rainfall totals greater towards the coast and all impacts fairly directly tied to the exact path of the storm, as a difference with Faye of just 25 to 50 miles either way will make the difference between maybe light rainfall in the Annapolis area or moderate to heavy rainfall with breezy winds over 30 miles per hour at times. More rain is then likely Saturday with highs in the 88 to 94 degree range across all of Anne Arundel County as Faye pulls away to the northeast. Then it's more heat and humidity Sunday, with a chance of PM thunderstorms as a frontal boundary approaches from the west. As for next week, summertime will likely really start to dig in, with 90s likely for many locations on the map every day of the week, with a chance of PM storms at least Monday and Tuesday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Store. And also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and use our website each day at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Very few things in life are so precious and so irreplaceable that we all must do our part to protect them. The Chesapeake Bay is one of those things. You can do your part by contributing to the Chesapeake Bay and Endangered Species Fund. It's that little line item you'll see at the very end of your Maryland tax return. Any amount you give makes a difference, and it's tax deductible. I'm Peter Francho, Maryland Comptroller. Our bay and rivers thank you. Learn more about the Chesapeake Bay Trust at cbtrust.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.